With a name such as ViralBrothers, and being the second biggest channel in the Czech Republic, you would naturally assume that they're doing great for themselves. But when you realize that they're making as little as $38 per month, you might start having second thoughts. So, why did the Viral Brothers completely disappear from the platform? Well, we have to figure out why they started in the first place, and their journey began in 2011 on a platform called Stream.cz, which was basically a Czech YouTube at the time, where both the brothers saw relative success on different accounts, where Eric even boasted about taking 2 pictures with fans on the same day. But it wasn't until later that same year that they would combine forces and create the Viral Brothers. Now would be a good time to mention these aren't actually brothers. They are just 2 friends that get along extremely well. The first video posted titled Rude Awakening was a simple harmless prank where Eric fell asleep, so Chenyek decided to wake him up with a train that was passing by.
Děláš ty
Today, a video like this would amass maybe 100 views, but given that this was 13 years ago, the nature of pranks at that time was at an all-time high. So 4.7 million views on a first video isn't all too bad. The Viral Brothers would then create their own version of a trend that originally came from English speakers. Shit people say. But after translating it into their own language, they would end up exploding their channel into insanely early virality, and was one of the smartest moves made on their channel because that has worked for other channels too. Russian channel A4 is known for copying MrBeast's ideas and thumbnails, and even going as far to completely steal his thumbnails and just Photoshop his face over top of the original. But they end up getting away with it because they speak a completely different language, so the Russian community wouldn't even know who MrBeast is, and the English speakers wouldn't know who A4 is either, which had led him to gain over 50 million subscribers without any controversies. Over the course of the next 4 years, the Viral Brothers would continue to receive millions of views on every video, but slowly the channel started trickling down. They would go from 38 million views 9 years ago to 5 million views 8 years ago to 1 million to a complete disappearance. 690 days of absolute silence until on the 7th of May 2018, the Viral Brothers would post why we left YouTube 2 years ago. They mentioned that the day before Chenyek's birthday, they were drinking in a pub and Chenyek became blackout drunk, so Eric would drag him into the boot of his car where he would be preparing to take him to a surprise birthday party. But on the way, Eric stopped the car to take a bathroom break on the side of the road, and what happens next is horrifying.
But what Eric was looking forward to the most was opening that trunk and Chenyek seeing the best birthday surprise of his And that's how it happened. Chenyek died. He never made it to the party. And now, 2 years later, Eric's standing here at Chenyek's grave and finally has the balls to share his story. He couldn't get over it for a long time. It was his fault. He didn't pull the handbrake properly. Why the hell did he have to borrow that old piece of junk? You were right. You've always said it. In the end, the pranks would get one of them killed. Why didn't they listen? Their whole lives, they've been pranking each other so damn hard that a normal person would have had a heart attack. But nothing ever happened to them. And then Chinyak dies when Eric's just going to take a piss? When his whole family's waiting to surprise him for his birthday? Fate plays cruel tricks.
To jest mój najlepszy przyda.
Yep, Chenyak spent 2 years buried underground waiting for the perfect moment to prank Eric. Pretty cool. This video was obviously staged, but this marked the return of the Viral Brothers, and the audience had hoped this was for good. They had their highs, such as giving homeless $100 every 10 minutes.
Problém s autem.
A my bychom ti za to chtěli dát nějaké peníze.
Ty vole, děkuji, ty si frajerka.
Ty
krávo.
to pomůže teda.
To bylo hodně mi.
Pak mi to pomůže. Tak to jsme rádi.
And their lows, like last one standing still wins $1,000 Fortnite T-Pose challenge. However, these videos simply weren't gaining the attention of as many people as they would have liked, because a decade ago they were pulling 30 million views. Now they can't even get 1 million. Well, a common thought shared along the community is the fact that they had managed to attract everyone that speaks Czech, as only 12 million people worldwide spoke their language. And as we see back when their videos were in Czech, sometimes they would pull nearly that many views, but after switching to English, because there's over 1 billion speakers, which allowed for millions of new subscribers to the channel. This is alongside the fact that because of the new YouTube community guidelines, a good chunk of pranks weren't even allowed to be posted on the platform, and YouTube even deleted some of their videos off of their channel, giving them strikes, which are warnings that their channel could be deleted. It's also common knowledge that pranks just aren't as popular as they used to be. Back in 2014, everyone on YouTube obsessed over prank videos. But nowadays, they're nowhere near as interesting. The same can be said for a majority of prank channels that were popular back then, as they all follow the same path of a downward spiral and can ultimately never recover, with only a select few channels staying relevant, as they create unique videos that have never been done before, instead of slime shampoo prank on girlfriend. In 2019, the Viral Brothers show was created, and they were actually doing well compared to their other channel, but the same thing happened again. They just quit out of the blue after amassing over 900,000 subscribers and nearly 500 million views. Their Instagram hasn't seen any activity since October of 2020, but on their personal YouTube accounts, we see that Eric is now pursuing a solo career outside of the Viral Brothers and is instead making videos with his wife. But with Chenyak's personal channel having only 1/4 of what Eric had, and without any videos posted since 2022, it's clear that the Viral Brothers won't ever be making a comeback, as they've both taken completely opposite career paths.